The conditions that trainers would be very useful are where women have sexual functioning difficulties or issues. Now, those might be vaginismus, which is the involuntary muscle spasm, which can make penetration almost impossible. So very often they may be non-consummated marriages for that reason. There could be issues to do with pain or referred pain. So a woman has a memory of pain and therefore she perceives that sexual intercourse is going to be painful for her. Or the type of woman who has vulvodynia, which is a non-specific pain which is around the vulval region and is triggered sometimes by touch response. And this doesn't actually show up as an inflamed or swollen area, but nevertheless is a very painful condition for some women, and they can be helped by the use of trainers. Sometimes I see women who are in the menopause or just through it. And the menopause through the loss of estrogen can cause some problems in the vaginal area. So that could be dryness in particular, or loss of elasticity of the vagina. So that these women may have, the walls may get thinner. So with the use of trainers, they can regain some of that suppleness. There is a difference between dilators and trainers. Dilators, by their word, means to stretch. But as a sex therapist, I'm looking at retraining and giving new muscle memories to these women. So they've actually got to learn a new way of receiving something to the vagina and therefore overcoming their muscle responses, really. So that's why I like to call them trainers instead. Pelvic floor muscles are really important, and I think before any woman starts to use any form of trainer, she needs to know how to do those exercises properly and that she's confident and comfortable using them first, because that will be a very important part when she is shown how to use the trainer as part of a program to help her muscles relax so that the vagina can open and she doesn't experience pain. Pelvic floor exercises. Now these are very important actually, because over a third of women, when they start to use them, end up using the wrong sets of muscles. Now they're a sort of crisscross of muscles in the perineum and in front and behind the vagina that are used to hold everything in. So especially if you're having a baby, that's what stops everything all sort of falling out. So that they're a very important set of muscles. Now, how do you identify which ones to tighten and which ones to relax? Well, when you feel you want to pass urine, the thing to do is to go and sit on the toilet. And when you start the flow of urine, you are relaxing those muscles. When you stop the flow of urine, you are tightening those muscles. A woman doesn't necessarily need to see a sex therapist in order to use trainers effectively. She and her partner could learn to use them together, or she could do it herself. And it's a series of steps, a progressive steps. And I think this type of training video will be very helpful for her. When a woman wants to start using trainers, it's important that she realises that she has the control for what is actually going to be a program that she's going to go through. So she works out the steps she's going to do, when she's going to do them, and how she's going to do them. So she sets the pace. She then learns how to do her pelvic floor exercises, because what she's actually going to learn to do is to override a reflex reaction of her body. So the anxiety that she feels will then put in this reflex action. So the less anxiety she feels, the more she'll be able to relax, and then she can progress through the program. So it's important that the woman learns to relax herself, that she's in a situation where she's undisturbed, she's not hurried, and she's nice and warm and comfortable. That's really important. So when she starts to use the trainer, she uses the very smallest one first. When a woman starts to use a trainer, it's important that she uses plenty of lubricant. And the lubricant that she uses I like to suggest is thicker rather than a thinner water-based one, so and a very aqueous one. So what she does is she takes the lubricant and she puts it all over the outside of the trainer. The first trainer she's chosen is the smallest one. She then, I'm going to be using my hand to symbolise a vagina. She just puts lots and lots of lubricant on the outside of the vagina and just a little bit at the entrance, just like that. So there's plenty of lubricant. Now the idea is to take a deep breath in and then let the pelvic floor relax and offer the trainer up to the vagina. And if you're nice and relaxed, the trainer should slip just easily in. And then hold it there, take a deep breath and let the pelvic floor relax again. Through a progression of steps, the woman can then go from that small size through to the next size and on through progressive steps to the larger and eventually the penis-sized trainers. It's important when you want to progress to the next size up that if you're comfortable with this size, that in the same session you progress to the next size up. The vagina is already relaxed and accepting of the first size, and it may well be more than ready to progress to the next size.